Good morning. This is Linda Von Barron, and I'm retired from Lakeland College, and I'm doing some webinars, SIPDC. Welcome today, Diana.
Good morning. I'm Diana Glosser. I'm also retired from Lakeland College and happy to be with you here today on assessing teen-teacher outcomes. Could we have the next slide, please? I think that one of the biggest hurdles that everyone encountered was how do we define teen teaching? And it really isn't quite like the two guys in the jacket that you see on your screen, but it really is a change, asking people to change how they view teaching and how that approach can really support our students. Could we have the next slide, please? What we learned about teen teaching at Lakeland College as we were developing our AO model, we needed to keep in mind that it was an integrated instructional model, that it's going to have several factors that Illinois feels is key to success, including pairing basic skills and CTE instructors. This may be something that's not been done before, particularly with the adult education faculty and the CTE faculty. Finding instructors that work well together. It really is about finding the right people. It is, in essence, an arranged marriage, so to speak, but when they both have the same goals, it works supremely well. But that content is going to be contextualized, that the basic skills instructor has an understanding of the expectations and how language and math are used so that they can support the students and provide examples within the context of that course, for example, welding, and that the welding instructor has a good idea of the kinds of approaches that that adult education teacher takes. And what the goal is accelerated learning, that students don't get bogged down or stuck in adult education or developmental education, that they are able to move through a career and technical education program as quickly as possible, because usually that student's goal is to get skills to get a job. Could we have the next slide, please?
Diana, I might mention that at Lakeland we had two different models. In our CNA program, the teachers were together. In our welding program, they were not always together, teaching at the same time. So you can use either kind of model out there. There's different kinds of team teaching models, but whatever works best for you, for your team teachers. But we had both where the basic skills instructor and the CTE instructor were together constantly, and then we had where they were not just together periodically. So it does work both ways.
And it can look like anything that your particular culture or that particular program an adult education teacher create. I think Linda pointed out that it was different in programs, and it may be different semester to semester because sometimes the students help drive what needs to be done as well, or at least that was our experience. These are some traits about successful teen teachers. We thought it was important to kind of go through what our thought processes were when we were looking for those instructors and what we found to be successful as they were working in the teen teaching model. That they're flexible.
Right. And it's important that your AO classrooms are flexible. This is not going to be your normal college classroom setting, nor is it going to be like your adult education setting. Even the room setup may be different than a traditional college classroom. What may have been taught 3 days a week for one period may now be taught every day from 8 to 5, because we talked earlier about accelerated learning. We want to get these people in and get them out and get them a family-sustaining wage. So you have to be flexible not only in the way you teach, flexible in the way you set up the classroom, flexible in the times that it's taught. Another one of the team teaching successes is work cooperatively and interactively. Team teaching has often, as Dinah says, described as a marriage, and this marriage is built on trust, negotiating roles, and sharing responsibilities, control in the classroom. Integrated instruction develops over a period of time as the team teachers learn to collaborate. So your team teachers must work together. If they're not working together, then it just doesn't work at all. Dinah, I think maybe I got into your part.
Yep, that's okay. That assessing and meeting the student needs, whether we are looking at testing as they come in to be placed into the program or which path they're going to take through their college education, that personal interview to begin delving into what kinds of things might create a barrier, because those integrated support services are key to student success. What students tell us in a writing about what their aspirations are, what their career goals are, that always keeping those in mind, knowing that it's going to mean a different things for different students, but helping those students access supports, whether they're academic or social supports, economic supports to help them get through. That what we found with these cohorts is that they create a learning community, they create their own self-support group, and that also gives the students practice in helping other people help define what their needs are and finding out how to meet those needs. Always expecting the best. That what our instructors have told us is that they felt the need to set the bar really high. That high bar is sometimes set just simply because of the program. If there are certifications with the program, that has its own set of requirements, but attaining their own college goals as well as the goals that they have in terms of what they believe their level of grades should be. That maybe they find that they can be a much better student than they ever imagined. So expecting the best on a daily basis. And the teachers coming in with a confident can-do attitude bleeds off into the students, that becomes the way that the classroom is run. Having that positive attitude every day is also a soft skill, a workplace skill that will benefit them truly when they go into the workforce. Linda, do you have anything else to add?
No.
At this point? Okay. I think we're ready for slide 5.
This is arranged marriage, and we'll meet instructor qualifications. You still have to have the same qualifications that you would have if the CTE instructor was teaching what we would normally call a college-level class, because in most cases, and should be, students will be receiving